What's up, YouTube? Back here again with another video, and today, I was doing some building down here in the basement. I figured, hey, why not record it? So, what we got here is the Oblivion, the TBS Oblivion. You can see the whole thing there, all right? This came in the drone drop box this month, so I figured, hey, why not show you what I got going on? Now, I'm not doing like a super high-class, high-end build here. I kind of just picking parts off the shelf. I had everything I needed for this build except for this ESC, which we will also talk about. This is the AKK 40 amp AKK 4-in-1 ESC 40 amp BL Heli, probably BL Heli S speed controller. All right, so we'll take a look at that too while we're here. Double bubble. So now on here, as you can see, I have a Maytech VTX, one of the original ones, connected down in here. The ESC is going to go on top. Now, you do have a good amount of height here to kind of go up, so you want to keep everything nice and square in the stack. The camera connects with this mount here, and it goes into the, let's see if I can show you that. It goes into the screw holes of the camera. Can you see that? All right. There is holes here, but when you put the screws in these holes for the side of the camera to kind of give it extra protection, the button heads of the screw mess with the canopy going on, so I left them off. Now, this is the expert camera mount, so you can get pretty high level here. Where are we at? I got it kind of tightened down. This is the lowest setting for the expert camera mount. And now I'm to the point where I need to attach the ESC. Also, we got the Brother Hobby 2800 kV 1507 motors. Like I said, stuff that I had sitting here. Why not use it? I think I'm gonna run these 4-inch props. At least, to make sure I don't burn out these motors. I have run 4-inch prop or 5-inch props on these motors before, but it was a much lighter build, I believe. So I got these 4-inch ones, so why not use them? Maybe just be a little fast, little crazy thing. 4S 2800 kV. There you go. All right, so let's take a look at this AKK. Now, I picked this one here because it was all, it didn't have the tabs hanging out, because I tried to fit this in there and I couldn't get it to fit. So here's the AKK. This is the top. Let's see, we got V2.0. A lot of caps, a lot of MOSFETs. So I don't know what I think I'm gonna run I'm gonna have to run the VTX and the camera off of this. Now it also looks like this is made to slot into something else with these pins right here. I don't have anything to slot. We're gonna kind of figure this out as we go along here. It's AKK, but if you see right here, it's blacked out, but it actually is branded HAKRC. How funny is that? So they just get these and rebrand them for themselves, obviously. Alright, so. Alright, what else you get in the package here? You get some plastic hardware. You get an XT60. You get a cap. And you get your wire leads for the signal lines. Let me do some work on this, and we will come right back once we are ready to mount it. Okay, so I have the 4-in-1 ESC connected here, the AKK slash HAKRC or whatever the hell. So, we got the motors coming in on the side here. It's a standard beta flight configuration. Power leads at the back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. they are marked along the edge, so you know which one's which. We got the cap on there and the included cable, and I just kind of snaked it up. If I can show you what I got going on here. So the VTX was on the bottom, and I'm going to use tramp telemetry for that, so we don't have to worry about that. This kind of snakes around the connector and off the side here. And then this goes on here, and because I'm using a 20x20 ESC, I know this is a little weird, I kind of cut that to fit this so it fits under the canopy. So, you know, all these things you got to kind of work out. Now, this ESC has a 5-volt port and a VBAT port. So this is the VTX and this is the camera. And again, I'm doing this because the flight controller I'm using doesn't really have a lot of extra ports and things. So I figured it best to go in the Form 1. But if you had a flight controller like a Bardwell or something that had, you know, regulators or whatever, you know, you might have to do that yourself. And I don't want to overload the 5-volt regulator on this guy. So I figured we'll keep it all down here. All right, now we're going to use the included plastic screws that came with the ESC. All right. So now at this point, we're going to have to hook up these guys, right? Now this is another kind of weird thing. If you look here, okay, you can see there's like a space and then some wires and stuff. And you might be saying, what in the heck? Now, from what I can figure out is if you start from this side, the pin is 4, 3, 2, 1 battery voltage and then ground, right? Black, red, okay? And I know my flight controller can accept battery voltage, so I'm fine with that. Now, I don't know if you can get 5 volts out of this if you put this thing over on this side somehow, but it does say 5-volt ground, ground. So that's the first pin is 5-volt ground, battery 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know this other pin header. That is the long, you know, the double-ended connector, and it has the full length pin on here to reach the other side. The wires are missing, so you probably have to pull them out if you need 5 volts. You would have to redo this pin connector if you need 5 volts out of this, or you can just run it off the 5-volt. If you need 5-volt for your flight controller, you can run it right off your 5-volt pads right here. That could be an option too, but we're going to use VBAT here because my flight controller accepts it. So there you go. All right, we're going to slide this down like this. All right. So we got our video, we got our motor connections, we got our VTX connections here, and receiver, we're going to use a XM Plus. So I'll get these all wired up and then we'll come back to it. All right, here we go. Pretty much built up here. You can see we got the wires coming off the ESC here, and I'll tuck this all in once we get this going. But we got our power line. We got our power inputs here, our 4 motor signals, the receiver. Got the camera inputs are in the front under here, and our open UART for tramp telemetry there. We are ready to plug this guy in and see what we get. I already have the flight controller tuned up. Got a smoke stopper. We're going to check video and everything. Alright, so far so good. Alright, there we go. So it looks like we got video. Okay, so we're powered on here, and you can see we've got good video. All right, everything is working there. I just have to get into the into Betaflight and kind of make some changes, but I think everything is good. At this point, if you get to this point here, you verify everything is working. Ooh, I tell you what, we got this running with no antenna. Not smart, not smart. Do not do that. Do not do that. You pretty much can ruin it if I didn't already ruin it, but whatever. Yeah, we got everything running. I don't know how the video is going to be. It's going to have a lot of noise in it, but what you want to do is you want to go to Betaflight and check to make sure that your motors are spooling up in the correct orientation. Get them spinning in the right direction that you need, you know, make sure all that other good stuff. But I just wanted to show you kind of how I was going to, put this Oblivion together. I will do the finishing touches. I'll button it all up, and we'll come back and I'll show you the full finished product. Okay, there we have it. Here is my finished Oblivion. Now, build experience, I just kind of wanted to show what you could do with this thing. I kind of just took parts that I had lying around. I know this is 4 5-inch, but these motors I have on here, and the weight, I'm not too sure that this is going to handle. These 1507 motors are going to handle 5-inch, so I got these little 4-inch props on here. There's a full-size VTX in there. There's a full-size 4-in-1. I got a 20 by 20 FC, but you've seen it, I had it on an adapter plate. Again, you can make an adapter plate out of anything. You just need to drill holes in it, make it square, and make it work. Make things work for what you need. So there you go. All in all, I like the frame. It's very rigid. It's very easy to build. You got your little grooves for your wires that go, through here. Just put a little strip of tape over to hold them in. Here's my antennas. I'm just on the zip tie like I always do. Your camera up front. My only complaint, we'll get to that in a second, but a nice fixed antenna mount back here, that's pretty good. It attaches on pretty well. You can get a nice good crank down on it, and it's mildly protected. It's not going to just get smacked. The antenna can get smacked around, so I think the SMA might hold up okay. But yeah, my one complaint is the way this camera mount is. I like the idea, but the screws that go into the side, the camera's literally only held on by the 2 tiny little screws in the back. If you look at, right, if I show you another camera, these 2 little screws come out and the back plate comes off, and then they go through the plate. So the camera's literally held onto the frame by these 2 screws. I don't really like that, and I think I don't know if I mixed something up, but the screws that go into the side to hold it didn't fit with the canopy. Like, the canopy slides right, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but the canopy slides, like you can see, there's no space right here. Right here is where the screws would go. There's literally no space. The canopy takes up all the space, so I don't know what I'm going to do there. Maybe a flat screw or something would fit in there, but there you go. All kind of parts that I had kind of laying around. We got a 4-inch little racer. Oh, the other thing is the battery strap. This is how this goes. It's a little different because it has no buckle, but it goes through the hole. Let me see. Through the hole here, around, and then onto this. So there you go. So I'll strap a battery on it so you can see. So you would take it off like this, I believe, is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think the other side's a little more open. And then here's my battery. Now you also could use the battery protector plate, but I'm not, just to save the weight. Let's see, I want to do this. Guess like that, or do I want to go like this? I think it's way too much cord, cable, but whatever. Let's put it like that for now. Feed this through. So now I wonder. So I wouldn't recommend taking this all the way out because this is kind of hard to get back in. I'm having some trouble getting this back in where it's got to go. Alright, there we go. I wouldn't recommend taking that all the way out. Let's get this in here. There we go. And we got a battery on there. It's decently tight. It's alright. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. All right, there you go. Now the other parts that do come with this frame, we can finish that up. You get the expert mount, which gives you more angle, more tilt, so you can get more, more forward tilt. You get the beginner, gives you a little less tilt. You get your prop tool. Now if you had 22 size motors in here, this would work. Would hold the motor so you can unthread it, and then your prop nut tool. So that's all the little extra parts you get. Make sure you get the screw pack that comes with it. It gives you the proper motor screws and the body screws. It's literally, this thing is literally held together with 4 screws here and here, and that's it. So there you go. The TBS Oblivion, all right, the Oblivion from Team Black Sheep. I figure a lot of you people out there have this from the drone drop. So there you go. That's how you can build it up with different parts. 22 size, 15 size, whatever you want, whatever you got. One last thing, let's take a all-up weight. And I like to do these without the battery because everybody's batteries are different. So this is going to give you a better idea. All right, I'm getting 280 grams dry. So not bad. It's a pretty light build. The last time I used these motors, I had a 200 gram build, 199, so it's 80 grams heavier. I'm going to use these 4-inch props first, see how it goes, and maybe step up some two-bladed bi props. So we'll see. All right, there you go. TBS Oblivion. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.